Hello everyone, my name is Basti and I'm an independent trader with years of experience in the crypto markets. If you're looking for the latest information for daily chart analysis, and if you're looking for trading predictions as well as trading news, then you've come to the right place. Let's go. Hi everybody and welcome back to the channel. Nice to see you here today. As you can see on the screen, there is a big giveaway that my partner Phemex and I are having this month until the February 6th. So that's a few more days. And if you do sign up for a new trading account with Phemex and you deposit 0.0025 Bitcoin or about 100 US dollars, then you can get a chance to win, to be one of two winners that would receive a 1,500 trading bonus for your trading account. So be sure to check that out. If you want, the description is where you find the link for that as well. But first I wanted to let you know that you can also follow me on Twitter, where I post relevant content regarding this channel, the market, as well as news and information that we crypto traders care about. And if you're on the go, you can always join our Telegram group for quick updates regarding price moves, market reactions, and get notifications every time we post new content on our YouTube channel. And now let's take a look at what is happening with the price of Bitcoin on the 4-hour chart. And as you can see, yesterday we had a very nice breakout out of our resistance line. And what's particularly exciting about this is that finally we were able to break out of this resistance line that was part of this downtrend that we were locked into for weeks now. And you can see we tried a few times already to break out of it, but we never were able to actually do it. So now we're finally over that, and as you can see, we are holding strongly on our support line. It's actually no longer resistance, it's now become support once again. And let's go ahead and rename that to support. Yep. And so for Bitcoin, that means we now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different support zones, which definitely gives us some assurance. And as you can see here, we keep bouncing, and we can see that even better on the 1-hour chart, that we keep on bouncing from our support line here around the price of $38,200. Why? Well, because this used to be our resistance line, and as you can see, our gold members were actually able to open a trade down here and now have taken their profit at a very profitable area. So with the entry being down here, we just have to wait and see how the price behaves. Something that we should keep in mind is that there might be a double top that is forming here if we don't manage to break out of this little resistance zone here. So for today, it's very important that we do break out of this resistance area so that we can move towards the 39,600 US dollar price. So now there was something else I wanted to mention, and that is that, as you can see, when we go to the daily chart, I do like to draw my resistance lines touching as many points as possible. However, there's people who say no, they rather use the wicks of the candles to draw the line. If we were to do that, then that would mean that we still have not technically left the downtrend yet. But either way, as you can see, everything breaks or stands at the 39,000 US dollar, 39,600 US dollar price line. So that of course means that Bitcoin has to keep pushing upward and has to get out of this zone so that we can maybe reach the 41 and 42,000 price lines. And if we do manage to leave all this area behind us, then I can see we can quickly go back to the $50,000 price very soon. So basically what I'm trying to say is we are not out of the woods yet. There's still the possibility of replicating a dead cat bounce scenario. One thing I like is that we have seen finally some volume coming into the market, and that is good. And when comparing it to these two other regions where we've had consolidation periods, the amount of volume then is not quite as much as what we've seen in the last few days here. So if we look at the fear and greed index, we can also see that yesterday we were at 20 points and today we are back to 26, which is something interesting, of course, but we still are within this range here, and I think we're gonna be in it for a couple of weeks still until you start to see that more and more people and perhaps institutions begin to feel a bit bullish and say, okay, yeah, sure, the worst is behind us now, let's start investing again. And so, yeah, obviously everybody's trying to be careful at the moment, and that's something I understand, of course, and we just have to keep an eye out for that. Then there's another graphic that I wanted to share with you guys from Glassnode, and is about the Bitcoin balance on exchanges, meaning we're talking about the exchanges and how much Bitcoin they are holding at the moment. And so what this graphic is showing us is that we actually, since 3 or 4 years, we haven't seen that since then, and that is that at the moment there's an all-time low amount of Bitcoins that are being held inside the exchanges. What that actually means, most likely, is that a lot of people took their Bitcoin out of the exchanges, put it inside a wallet, and they're holding it there for a later, to sell it at a later time. That is a good sign in many ways, because it actually means that people have been taking advantage, and we can see that also here in the graphic, that we are indeed at this all-time low, since we had an all-time high with the price of Bitcoin. And the amount of people who have been saving their Bitcoin for their whole portfolio has increased quite a lot. And again, that is a very, very good sign. It means people do still believe in Bitcoin as an investment. So that's something that you should also, try and keep in mind as well. Now let's look at another graphic. And I found this graphic on Instagram from Matthew Highland. And basically what it shows is that he has discovered a bullish divergence, and that is that the price of Bitcoin is rising, although the RSI keeps sinking. As you can see, we have not created a lower low. And so the RSI keeps on sinking, and on the weekly chart, we can see that the course of the price of Bitcoin is starting to ascend. So that's also very promising. Now I want to show you something else that I prepared to for today's video, and that is something that, and I want to thank someone from Instagram, one of the viewers that sent me this. And so as you can see here, we have the different periods of, the bullish market and the bearish market periods that we've had recently. And so what I wanted to show you is that there are these cycles of 91 days. 91 days here, 91 days here, 91 days here, and 91 days here. So a pump here, then 91 days of a downtrend, then consolidation, and then another pump, then another downtrend. And so, you can give or take a few days, but still the cycle is pretty much the same. So pump, correction, pump, correction, pump. That is the question now. So if we were to measure these periods with a line, and we look at it from a technical perspective, then we could be thinking about 2nd of May, sort of our deadline for the next pump. So something, of course, just to keep in mind, something that might be useful for when you're trying to do your trades. I do want to hear your thoughts and opinions about the subject down below, so please do that. Now let's have a look and see what has happened with Ethereum also. As you can see, finally we've been able to break above the resistance line, even though we did go down previous to that all the way to just about 2,470 US dollars. But finally we've been able to push forward, push up, and we are at the moment here well above our resistance line. Of course, it's important to say that Bitcoin did help with that. And you can go ahead and also do this on your chart. I would recommend that you do. This is a support line that we have here, that we formed here. And that means, of course, if it is, then if we were to fall again, we should be closing at around 2,600 US dollar line, more or less in that area. We might keep repeating this movement until we finally go above the $3,000 price line, which is very important. Another positive sign for me, at least, is that we were able to take out this wick that we had previously here. And obviously, technically, we could say that up here is where we have our big resistance. So we do have to also manage to push out of that. If we do get rejected, then obviously we're going to come back and retest our support line here. And now let's look at the Bitcoin dominance, where we can see that it's starting to give some room for the altcoins. But even then, we can see that we've had a big move of just about 9% since we started counting again. And it is my opinion that we're going to keep pushing towards the 43% line up here, especially considering that the altcoins are still performing poorly at the moment. And so I do think that the dominance from Bitcoin will continue to rise. And for today in the daily chart, we must manage pushing above the 39,600 US dollar price today. So the price has to stay here. It should not fall below the 38,300 US dollar line. And if it does, it could very quickly go back to this line here at about 37,300 US dollars. And that would liquidate basically our pump that we've had here. So we have to keep that in mind, especially the markets today when they open. The pump that we had here yesterday was definitely also affected by the traditional markets that also had a very, very strong day in trading yesterday. So we have to see what happens today. If there's another pump in the traditional markets, then we're going to also see the price of Bitcoin go into this area here. And hopefully, if we manage to do that, we'll continue to push the price even higher to this zone here. So I would say that's all for this video, but don't forget to check out the giveaway by Phemex, and you can find the link in the description as I said for that. And also you can find the description if you want some coaching by going to bitbulltrading.com. So thank you so much for watching and for your support. You truly are the best community I could ask for. Please come back tomorrow for more videos, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel and like our content. That's all for now. My name is Basti. Stay safe. Bye bye.